I know it's tough moving to a new place, but think of it as a new start. Try new things, make new friends, and eventually, you'll find your place.
Challenge accepted! Welcome to the Pokemon Club!
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws.
And today, we're covering the Pokemon mini-series, Path to the Peak. Yes, it's the name of the show.
No. Okay, this is a 4-episode mini-series exclusively on YouTube. I'm sorry. Showing a girl's journey to novice Pokemon card player to a national champion in a rather fast way, too fast road.
Yes! And we do mean when we say 4 episodes, that was the whole thing.
I hope this makes it to 5 minutes.
Right, pretty much. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, click notifications for future podcasts and we'll pause videos and whatever remains of Pokemon stuff.
And thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much subscribing. I don't know if you're going to want to share this one, but...
Right, true.
So...
And I actually came across this series by accident. I didn't know it existed, but it's on the Pokemon official YouTube channel. And I only saw it because there was a tweet on, or post on X, that the miniseries was nominated for Best Short-Running Series for a web program. They just kind of made up a large category for that, and this particular series was nominated, and the person who wrote or directed it was thanking people for watching it and supporting it to get nominated. Now, I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought it was maybe one short, but no, it's 4 of them, and put together it kind of makes up one episode. You just watch it one after the other.
Right, because they're 11 minutes each. And I don't know how this got approved. I don't know how this became a thing. I just don't understand it. Because Ava, the main character, feels out of place at her new school until she discovers Pokemon trading cards.
Yeah.
In the game. Mm-hmm. And we'll go over the voice cast quickly. We have Mick Lauer as her dad. AJ Beckles as Joshua. And he kind of looks like a bully, but he's not.
Right.
Abby Espirito as Celestine. Nayara Afshar is Ava. Mm-hmm. Nazia Chowdhury as her mom. Kevin Andrew as Tonio, Caleb Yen as Edgar Troy, and Everly Holbert as a young girl. It doesn't say who.
Yeah.
I really tried to get into this. I really tried to get interested in it, and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
What are the positive things I can say? Animations was good.
Yes, very good. Even for a short series, it's really good. Voice cast wasn't bad. They performed their lines, but it didn't sound like they were
very true.
Only half-heartedly into it. They were putting their effort into it. And the music was pretty good too, by using a little bit of the Pokemon music and their own little soundtrack to make it more exciting to watch.
I think the biggest problem with this, excuse me, as we mentioned, 4 episodes, 11 minutes each. The first titled The Club, the second regionals, the third internationals, and 4 worlds. There was not enough time to get invested in these characters.
Right.
That was the problem. They didn't have enough detail, enough backstory. You really could not feel any type of attachment, emotion, or even caring that she won. Yes, we'll spoil it for you. Of course she won.
Yeah, there's really not much left to spoil.
The series. And she becomes the champion without any knowledge, experience, or anything else. And you just didn't have time to get into it. For me, I think that was the problem.
Right. And for me, is... Well, we understand they want to do some other things not involving Ash now that he's out of the franchise. And they're trying to explore other characters, whether existing in the manga or video game or making up their own. And a couple of times they've been successful. With this, one huge problem is that this does not take place in the world of Pokemon. This takes place in pretty much our world, and it's regular kids playing the Pokemon card game. And we understand that this is a big thing for a lot of people still playing the card games of Pokemon, Digimon, I know not Bakugan doesn't have one, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Those types of things have their group, their niche, and people enjoy playing them. And I think
personally, we've only collected them. We haven't opened boxes all the way back from like 2000.
Right.
But they've never been opened. We've never played.
Right. And For this, my guess is the goal was to capture the excitement for people who play the Pokemon card games. However, if that were the case, if I played the card game, I don't think I would have felt as excited to watch the show. It was not a bad idea. But not playing the card game, it actually hurts it more because there is no excitement to them playing the game. Because it's so short, they cut forward to battling to winning immediately. Or they're supposed to be imagining the Pokemon game going on, like in their heads as they're playing. They give you a bit of dramatization. I would have liked that better if they had stayed in the dramatization and then they kind of call out what they're doing. You don't see the trainers, but
Right.
you see the Pokemon battle. They're telling you their cards and things, and then they're acting out the moves they're telling. But they cut so quickly that they only want to focus on the kids playing, and that destroys sort of the illusion you want to give to the show.
And I agree. That would have been much more interesting. Maybe they could have been 50-50.
Yeah.
And that would have worked. Another thing I found hilarious is the blonde kid she ends up playing against in the last round.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like the villain from Ugly Dolls.
Yes, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Like, wait a minute. Really?
It's Leo.
Yeah, it sure is.
Or Lou.
Lou, it's
Lou.
Lou.
It's Lou. And I thought that, yeah, I'm like, this is definitely
I know it's tough
absolutely
moving to a new place, but
lifted
think
from
of it as a
that
new
movie.
start.
It was too similar.
Try
to
new
even sound
things,
like.
make new
Yes.
friends,
But I
and
think
eventually
that is
you'll find your
what
place.
the game is.
Challenge accepted!
It really
Welcome
didn't get
to
talked
the
about
Pokemon
much.
Club.
Didn't know it
Haven't seen it on
existed.
Twigs. Haven't seen many YouTube videos on it. It just came and it went.
That was
And
it. Yeah.
unfortunately, that's what's happening with a lot of the Pokemon. I guess ONAs, I think they're called. And you've got Poketoons.
Yeah.
And you've got others that are like it, and because you don't have enough time to get invested, you kind of don't care for it. Now, that being said, they have done it before where you become invested, and it was Pokemon Twilight?
Twilight Wings.
Twilight Wings. And we loved it. And we were so excited seeing each episode. We were wishing that it were longer.
Mm-hmm.
When you got into it, it ended, and you were sorry that the episode ended. They had interesting characters, interesting trainers, and so forth. So they can do it. But with this one, it was almost like a Disney was involved. Let's get it out. Let's make it quick. Let's just get something out there to make some money. And they did it. And they didn't invest in the writing and in the setup for each episode. Now, you know another reason it can be done, because they've done it with Monkey Kid.
Yes.
And they're 11-minute episodes, and it's interesting. And then they have movies that are 45 minutes that are even more interesting. It can be done, but you have to want to do it.
Right.
And I think that is a negative for the Pokemon company now. To me, guys, it reeks of Disney still being involved.
A little bit, yeah.
And they're not taking time to create series that are interesting, that get you immersed in the world of Pokemon and make you care about the characters. Again, we know it can be done. They've done it before. But the things that are coming out now, they're just kind of surface.
Yeah.
And they move on.
Pretty much. And that was the disappointment for us for this series. I mean, there's going to be some people that did enjoy it for what it was, and that's great. But as far as us not being card players, we didn't feel that attachment that others would have and have an idea of why they love playing the card game so much. They even threw away one of their supposedly antagonists in the second episode with Celestine, who looked like Ramona Flowers for some reason, and he thought she was going to be sort of a rival, and then she turned good at the beginning of the episode, and they became buddies, they became a trio, and that was the end of that. Then they brought in the Lou knockoff to be the antagonist for 2 more episodes, and again, it was too short to get invested, too short to build up characters, a plot, or to have a sense of you're going on a mini adventure with these people.
And again, not so much as too short to get invested. They didn't do enough building.
It
and
seemed
putting
kind of
effort into it,
tropey.
because again, Twilight Wings did it.
Yeah, it seemed
And
like
Twilight Wings was fantastic, and I wish there was more. And you told me, well, that's it. There's not gonna be, and I was so disappointed. It was really good.
right.
So they could have done it with this one, but they chose not to. And it's not so much that it's just about playing the game. As we mentioned, if they had shown more of the imagination, and as you said, them calling out the plays, and you're seeing it animated, and then another half would have been seeing the characters, I think it would have worked.
Yeah, I think so too. It was sort of a miss, but it didn't have to be a miss. It didn't have to be
Absolutely.
a major groundbreaking little series, but something to where it will be worth your time. And this has been going on Pokemon now for a little bit. Some have been successful, some haven't been. Trying to have different storylines and things without Ash now that he's completely out of the show. So we're gonna have to see where this goes, because this one just seemed to be a sort of type miniseries.
So what we say is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. They should have stuck with the formula. Even if you're getting new characters, stick with the formula that's worked for you.
Yeah.
But hey, what do we know?
Right.
So if you've seen Paths to the Peak, let us know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you think it was mid or boring? Are you a Pokemon card player and this was something you thought was a good use of your time in watching? Let us know. If you haven't seen it, as we mentioned, it's available on YouTube to watch for free. Check it out. Come back. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and reviews for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. And thanks so much for joining us, subscribing. We appreciate you so much. And feel free to share. It helps out our channel a lot.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching Rascal Entertainment.
Mom Entertainments.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.